There's a couple things that I just wanted to talk about really quickly that I've noticed a growing trend when it comes to commentary about Anthony Joshua. Certain people, and I guess this is guided towards the Deontay Wilder crowd, these people that just can't seem to give Anthony Joshua an ounce of credit no matter what he does. And it honestly confuses me. I don't know quite what to make of it. These people are critical of him for a multitude of reasons. The big one, which being the level of opposition he's faced. They believe he's fought nothing but tomato cans and bums. Now, let me be clear here. Anthony Joshua has very obviously been set on a path, directed by Eddie Hearn, carefully guided by his handlers, his promoters, his coach and trainers. They see dollar signs in this guy. Very clearly, this guy is big bucks over there in the UK, selling out stadiums, fighting guys like Dominic Breazeale. He doesn't have to fight a high-quality opponent to bring in the big box office numbers. So it makes sense, sometimes he's fighting guys. Perhaps you could rate them as tune-up fights. But also with that being said, his big fights have also come on opportune times, favoring Anthony Joshua. You don't have to look much further than last night, Alexander Povetkin, a top 10 heavyweight, but also nearly 40 years old. His career-defining, legacy-defining victory over Vladimir Klitschko came at an opportune time. Vladimir Klitschko just came off a decision loss against Tyson Fury, a fight in which he was, let's be honest here, was embarrassed, to put it lightly. Okay, now with that being said, that sounds like criticism towards Anthony Joshua's path he's taken. He's 22 fights in. He's 27 years old. Deontay Wilder is 32. It's not Anthony Joshua's fault that he's more marketable than Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder's promoters, I don't know what in God's name they've done with him. But a guy like that, with that kind of attitude, that kind of knockout power, if he was born in the UK and was under the tutelage of Eddie Hearn and that group, he would be a superstar over there. Something went wrong here. I think a lot of the times it comes down to maybe jealousy they have towards Anthony Joshua because they don't produce the big numbers like he does. But anyway, the point I was going to make was I talked about the age of both fighters, the number of fights they've had. I think Anthony Joshua's had like 20 fights or something like that. Deontay Wilder's had much more. And I talked about the kind of advantages Joshua's faced in his career. I looked at both of their resumes. I know both of these fighters quite well. I came up with 5 top 15 heavyweights that Joshua has beaten to just one singular fighter that Wilder has beaten that I rate highly. And that was Luis Ortiz, a fight in which I give him a lot of credit for. A lot of people wanted to see Joshua fight Luis Ortiz. Now, I didn't think that fight would really be big box office numbers. You had a relatively unknown Cuban fighter who was like 40 years old coming over, who had no significant fight beforehand and didn't bring a lot of, star power, obviously. Couldn't speak English, and, I just thought a lot of factors made that fight not very marketable, but a dangerous fighter that I give credit to Deontay Wilder for facing and beating. But Joshua has by far faced a tougher opposition.